As you know, Pluto isn't a planet anymore. But it actually might make a comeback. And to understand why, we must start with why it was demoted in the first place. Make Pluto great again! The actual reason why Pluto was downgraded was that in the 90s, scientists were discovering more and more objects in the outer reaches of the solar system that were quite similar to Pluto. Faced with the possibility of having to add dozens or even hundreds of new planets, people rather decided to create a new special category called dwarf planets exactly for those objects. But that meant Pluto would also have to be included. And so it was decided that it was not a planet anymore. Either way, that was in 2006, and since then, two major changes have occurred. First, we've discovered more than 6,000 exoplanets, planets orbiting other stars than our Sun. So planetary science has become a thing, and also having thousands of planets just doesn't bother anybody anymore. Like, at all. Like, not even just, meh, just like...
But for me, it was Tuesday.
Secondly, in 2015, the New Horizons probe arrived at Pluto and sent the first detailed pictures of it back to Earth. It showed frozen oceans of water ice, mountains and complex geological features. And these findings and those pictures convinced a lot of people that, yes, Pluto should actually be considered a planet. So this sparked discussions, and these discussions broadened to, when should a planet be considered a planet? Should we classify objects by what they do or by what they are? Astronomers, who used to have the monopoly in those decisions, classify objects by what they do. If it orbits a planet, it's a moon. If it orbits a star and is reasonably well-rounded, it's a planet. But planetary scientists categorize objects by what they are. Do they have complex geology? Do they have an atmosphere or seas and mountains? To them, the two moons of Mars would be categorized as rock potatoes, but larger complex moons like Titan would be considered a planet. It is safe to assume that this discussion will pick up even more when Europa Clipper reaches the moons of Jupiter in 2030. But what about Pluto? 2030 will be the 100-year anniversary of its discovery in 1930. Maybe it's time for our birthday boy to be a proper planet again. Subscribe for more awesome physics.